this way, on Netflix is something called Running Point. So Running Point, this is a show that is created by Mindy. I always say Kaling, but I've heard other people say Kaling, like Mindy
I think it's
Kaling.
Kaling.
It means K. What you see
I
that
think it's
because
Kaling.
but she's Tamil and Kaling doesn't sound like a Tamil pronunciation. So, so
No.
it's kind of like anyway. Never mind. And the whole idea behind this is that you meet Kate Hudson, and Kate Hudson is part of this family called the Gordon family, and they are rich and they are moneyed, and they own the jewel of the crown is that they own a basketball team. So it's a basketball team in the American NBA called the Los Angeles Waves, which I have to say is a terrible name for a basketball team. I cannot imagine an actual basketball team. I just think it's just a nothing name. It doesn't. Part of my problem with this show is that I did not believe that this could actually exist as a basketball team because just everything about it looked a little bit. And this is the problem when you're trying to do stuff that's set in the sports world. If it looks a little bit low rent, it immediately takes you out of it. It's kind of like, I remember there was a show called 15 Love that was set in the world of professional tennis, and they tried to set some scenes at the French Open, and their version of the French Open, for somebody like me who's a tennis fan, was disgraceful. It was disgraceful. I'm like, look, you don't have the cash to do something at the French Open. You do not have the money. You don't have the extras. You have like you're filming 15 people watching somebody who can't actually play tennis. Like, I can play better tennis than this person, and you're trying to tell me that person is like a French Open champion. It doesn't work. And there's a little bit of element of that with the basketball stuff, where I think like you could almost sort of feel like they didn't really have the budget to go through. So the team I didn't quite believe, but the whole idea is that she's part of this. I think like the Murdoch family. They have a lot of money. They've owned this team for years, and her brother is in charge of the team. She has two other brothers who work in the team, and she has been put into charity things because she was a wild child, and they wanted to bring her out of that and keep an eye on her, so to say. At the beginning, it shows up that her oldest brother, who runs the team, he's involved in a car crash. Turns out that he's a cocaine addict and a crack addict, and because of that, for the team, he has to step away for a while and go into rehab. But he appoints her as to be the interim boss of the team, and it all goes about following Kate Hudson, because everybody thinks of her like as a party girl, everything like that. Like one of the players actually says, "I've seen your," he's like, "I've seen your tits on the internet. I can't respect you." And but this is his boss, and it's about her trying to figure out how to be a boss for this basketball team, how to turn around its fortunes, all that kind of stuff. And because it's Mindy Kaling, there is obviously I'm beginning to think that there are tropes that show up in all of Mindy Kaling stuff, because especially in the final season or in the final episode of a season. Let me put it this way, in the final episode of a season, there's always a kiss that sets up a love triangle that makes you think, and it's happened in a couple of shows of her watch. It happened in Never Have I Ever, happened in Mindy Project, it happens in this one. And I think the cast is great in this. There are some funny moments. Kate Hudson is brilliant, and I think it's one of the things when you're watching this and you're thinking, why wasn't Kate Hudson ever a bigger star? I mean, because she is good. She carries the show well, everything like that. And she has like the charm. She has all that kind of stuff, and you think, okay, this is good. But it's So the show it's pretty much that, and it becomes like a workplace comedy. She has Brenda Song, who's like a right hand woman, and it's about women going into a male thing to try and figure out how can you actually there's a little bit of Ted Lasso where there's things that happen in this that you go, I don't think that would happen in real life. That's just a bit too idealistic. But it's almost as if like that's the point. It's trying to ask, imagine if it could happen like this. Imagine if a woman could work in this world. Imagine if people were actually nice about this thing. Imagine if that didn't work the way it was supposed to. And it's quite good. It's all right. But I honestly don't think it's anything more than a 3. It's kind of, let me put it this way, I watched most of this season while I was doing other stuff. It was on in the background. It was great to have on in the background. There were a couple of funny things. I do think, for me, I think Brenda Song and Kate Hudson, they are the standouts. Whenever they are on the screen together and they're doing something, they're the standouts. And Justin Theroux shows up as their older brother. And I think that's about it. It's a 3. It's a 3. It's down the middle. It's nothing much to write home about. It's not going to change the world. It's aiming for Ted Lasso, I think. It doesn't get anywhere close. There's nothing as poignant or serious or earth-shattering in it. I just think it's okay. It's fine. It's good. could be terrible. It happens not to be terrible. It's watchable, but in the end of the day, it's a 3 for me.